5 years ago, at the age of 25, I graduated from university. I had 2 cum laude degrees in my hand, had studied in 5 countries of this world, pursued 6 internships on 4 continents, and spoke 5 languages. And yet, when standing there in my black gown and receiving this ultimate reward for my hard work, I felt rather numb. Where was the special sense of fulfillment I had been longing for? And this feeling of numbness didn't go away as I entered the workspace. My view was clouded, I felt disoriented and lost at times. So I did what I was used to. I just jumped at the next goal. And without even thinking about it, I knew I wanted to work my way up from assistant to manager. And though I liked my job, it was interesting and I learned a lot, I still did not feel this fulfillment. Back in university, it had all seemed so simple. Hard work and good grades would translate into a satisfactory job, a successful career, and ultimately fulfillment. But now I was just standing there and thinking to myself, that's it? I'll just work my way up until I retire. And then, one day, it hit me. For years, I'd been running from goal to goal, from achievement to achievement, without ever pausing and thinking about the why. I had plenty of goals. Whatever I set my mind to, I did it and succeeded. Checked the box. I really was the checkbox queen. But did I ever question the deeper meaning behind the pursuance of these goals? Their relevance and importance, and would they eventually complete me? So I started to look for advice and came across Simon Sinek. You probably all know him because his TED Talk, Start With Why, is one of the most watched in history. His argument? As a leader, if you want to inspire people to take action, you need to communicate your why. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. His golden circle says, you first need to look at the why, then at the how, and then at the what. Now, I had to admit to myself, I'd always started with the what, pursued these 2 cum laude degrees. But then I looked at the how, study very hard. And only now was I looking at the why. But if I wanted to continue to motivate myself, I needed to be clear about my why. And my why only, not that of friends, society, or family. Now, why do you think this TED Talk is one of the most watched in history? There are probably many reasons. But surely one of them is that people want to know their why. We want to know our purpose because it gives us guidance and orientation in life. And having a purpose is good. Studies prove that people with a purpose, a deeper meaning and sense of direction, remain stronger and healthier as they grow older and have a lower risk of death. Other studies suggest that a purpose makes you happier and increases your creativity and productivity at work. Now, why is it then, I wonder, that when I reached out to people as part of my self-discovery journey and asked them about their why, more often than not, they could not tell me why they were doing what they were doing and what they wanted to do with their life. In fact, quite a few even seemed irritated and angry when they realized they could not give me an answer to my question. And there's an interesting study in that regard that shows that of participants of different ages, those at the age of 60 are most likely to say their life has a purpose. 60? Now that leaves me with the personal impression that people have a hard time finding their why. But do they ever look for it? Because just like anything in life really, when it comes to your partnership, friendship, or job, you have an impact on the outcome. You can create those opportunities that may lead to the law for success that you're looking for. We just need to permit ourselves to be in charge of our life and of finding our calling. Now, there might be a few people in the crowd now that will tell me, Sarah, you know what, I always wanted to travel the world, I wanted to go down under, that's how I will find my purpose. Now, let me tell you, I don't think you will find your purpose picking apples on an Australian farm. Nor do I think you need to quit your job and leave your city. You can find it right here, right now. If you just dare to be vulnerable and honest with yourself. Now, people always told me your passion leads you to your purpose. The things that come easy, that you really enjoy doing. And while that might be the case, for me it was rather the really difficult moments, the challenging and hurtful ones, that I would want to forget about. It could be the moment when your partner passes away after many years of sickness. When you lose your job for which you have worked for such a long time, or you're just tremendously sad because a friend has disappointed you. Now, while this is not the ultimate conclusion or hard truth, this is just me trying to make sense of my experiences. So allow me to tell you my story. When I entered the workspace as a young, ambitious woman full of energy and ideas to put into practice, I faced so many challenges and setbacks related to my gender. And it was frustrating to realize that competence and performance do not always translate into the success or the recognition that we believe we deserve. And I remember that aha moment, that looking back is when I found my purpose. I was driving in a car with some of my colleagues, and one of my male colleagues confidently pitched an idea. That took me some courage, but I did the same, just so one of my female colleagues could tell me, Sarah, that's good, but please don't be so bossy this time. At first I was confused, then I was sad. But soon my sadness turned into anger, because I realized how much potential is wasted in our society because it imposes artificial barriers on the confidence of women. Because if we want to unleash our potential, we need to be our authentic self. Yet too many women hold themselves back because they feel they don't fit in the environment that they operate in. Now, these experiences have taught me how strongly I feel about bringing about change in business and society, and how much I care about helping the women following me to overcome similar obstacles and help them become the confident and resilient women they all are early on in their career. And what better way is there than writing down my story and experiences? That's why I co-wrote the book Unleash Today, to share my stories and turn my pain into the healing for others. And frankly, writing down my stories helped me to make sense of my experiences, and I can only recommend this to all of you to do the same. Now, what constitutes a meaningful goal and purpose is deeply personal. And finding your purpose can take years. It is a self-discovery journey that can even take a lifetime. It can also change over time. And it doesn't matter if you do not always feel like the puzzle pieces fit together perfectly. What is important, though, is that you dare. Is that you dare to put yourself out there, to go out of your comfort zone, and to expose yourself to risk. Is that you dare to embrace those difficult, those frightening and fearful moments. Because they will teach you about your values and your boundaries, and may ultimately lead you to your purpose. And having a purpose is beautiful. It's like a compass that guides you and assists you in setting goals and plans. And allows you eventually to unleash your potential. So, don't go the easy road. Now, I still run from goal to goal, from achievement to achievement, but I pause and think about the why. I still want that successful career, just quit my job. I moved to China, embraced a new professional challenge, and I'm learning my 6th language. Although I shall admit, I cannot tick that box just yet. But all of my goals are linked to my purpose and are deeply personal to me. I carefully considered why I wanted to move here, why I started a new job, and why I'm learning a 6th language. And starting with why finally makes me feel fulfilled. Thank you.